Hi, I'm Sasha Fedorovsky. I'm a mindset and stress transformation coach. I wanted to thank Brian for having me share in this group. And what I'm going to talk to you about today is ways that you can deal with stress. And it's a little bit different to what you may have done before, or what you may have heard in this space. So when I help people manage their stress and manage their emotional space, I talk about transforming stress into creativity. So we cannot actually get rid of stress energy because it can't disappear. It needs to be transformed. We also don't want to waste it because stress energy, or in other words, tension, is a very precious energy which we can use to create a goal or something that we would love, something functional. So doing something to relax ourselves or to forget about the stress can be good. However, transforming stress into creativity is a much more powerful way that will allow you to rise above the stress that you're going through in your life. And now can be quite a stressful period still for a lot of people because there's much uncertainty in the world, especially if you're a business owner. We don't know what the future can hold. And the human mind really is not comfortable with uncertainty. We like what we know. So in times of uncertainty, it's very common for us to go into stress mode. But the dangers of this is we weren't designed to constantly experience stress. We weren't designed to release these chemicals into our body, this fight or flight. So, even if it's mild stress, chronic stress, or, occasional acute stress, it's doing a lot of harm to our body if we just simply ignore it. So I'm going to give you some tips on how you can transform stress into creativity and in essence rise above your stress and use it for something functional. So the first part of this is changing your relationship to stress. So let's begin to call stress tension. When we experience tension, it's actually a very positive thing. We came into this world because our mother and father had a tension, thus it created us. Some of the most amazing scientific discoveries, artistic creations have been caused by this tension, by a dissatisfaction with the status quo. So let's change this relationship to tension. It's okay to not feel good. It's okay not to feel amazing all the time. It's okay to have this tension within us. It only becomes deadly when we mismanage the relationship with tension and it turns into stress. So, if you're experiencing tension within your body, you can easily reframe it to actually experience excitement, because the physiological things that go on in our body when we experience stress or excitement are very similar. So we need to be able to sit with it and reframe it in our body. So now every time you feel stressed, tell yourself that you're experiencing tension. Once you've done this, we can actually work with the tension, and instead of going to resolve the tension, because as soon as most people feel tension, they want to resolve it. They want to get rid of the feeling, because we're just, we're not conditioned to want to feel bad. Like, we want to feel good all the time. So it almost makes it not okay to not feel great. Like, we want to get rid of tension as soon as possible, which is completely dysfunctional. So the first thing to do when you experience tension energy is you sit with yourself, and your aim is not to resolve the tension. And a lot of people resolve tension, especially people that I work with who are business owners and executives. They do it with overworking. Overworking is really common. Other ways is drinking, drugs, over-exercising. Anything that we overdo is essentially resolving our tension. And it might make us feel better for a short time, but essentially the tension and the stress energy gets worse. So the second thing to do once we acknowledge the tension is to sit with it. Hold the tension. You know, your mastery in life is very much related to how you can actually hold the tension. How much tension can you sit with? So just sit with the tension, and you know, if you're feeling overwhelmed, you know, start to write it down. Write out how you're feeling instead of going and just simply resolving it. Because in the third part, where we turn, you know, our stress or our tension into creativity, this is where we need to hold the tension. So hold the tension. And then the third part is to have a higher vision. So what is your goal? What is your vision? What is the outcome that you want? Hold this vision. Be completely in it, instead of, you know, being obsessed and stressing over everything, stressing over potential future outcomes that, you know, worst case scenarios that haven't happened yet, worrying about the past, really, you know, looking at the problem. Just sit with this uncomfortable tension and don't try and make meaning of it, and instead go to your vision. What is your vision? Completely step into it. Imagine your vision and hold that vision, hold that goal. This could be an outcome that you want. Just hold that outcome and stay in this while holding the tension. So this process takes a while to get the hang of. But if you are able to do this, if you're able to try it out in your life, you will notice that during the process of sitting with the tension and holding your vision, the problems will solve themselves. And, you know, it's the easiest way to get your outcome. And as a nice side effect, the stress actually dissolves, because we've taken our attention off the stress energy and we've transformed it into, you know, put that energy into creating something that we would love, an outcome, a goal, simply by hanging with the tension and going into our vision. So I would highly suggest you give this process a go of transforming your stress into creativity. So first of all, you would reframe your relationship with stress. Instead, use the word tension. Secondly, you will sit with the tension, hold the tension. Don't go try and resolve the tension. Don't run away with it. Just sit with it. Don't let your negative emotions push you into, you know, unnecessary action, overworking, drinking, overexercising, whatever it is. Hold that tension. And then your third and final step is holding the vision. Step into the vision of the outcome that you want while hanging with the tension, and allow it to resolve into what you want to create. And this will alleviate your stress and also create the outcome that you want. I hope that this has been helpful. It's a lot of information to take in, but if you practice one of these parts, it will be transformational. So if you have any further questions for me around mindset or stress management, feel free to reach out, connect with me on LinkedIn. It's Sasha Fedorovsky Mindset Coach. Or if you're interested in seeing more of my content, I put a lot of videos up on Instagram. My handle is _mindset_daily, or just send me a message. I'm happy to chat and support you in these topics.